busy people getting fit in Fulshear, Texas. Our aim is to help you look better, feel better, and perform better as quickly as possible. I'm your host, Bryan White with Blue Eagle Fitness and Nutrition. Welcome. Hey, what's up, Miss Clancie Harbors? And I'm so excited to talk to you today because you have a wonderful topic that I get to make fun of you about. So I'm going to turn it over to you. What are we going to talk about today?
Okay, so you send me some emails, but one in particular, recently I received an email and it said, set up your goal review session with me, Bryan, and 15 minutes of your life, and I'm thinking, okay, my goal review session, like what is the important? I still have a couple questions. What's the importance of this goal review session you want me to set up with you? Why do I need to do it? Or why would I want to? Okay. And then, what if I don't really have, I know I'm like bombarding you with a bunch of questions, but what if I don't really have a goal? Like, what if my goal is just showing up every day and I'm like, I'm good, I'm doing my thing, I'm showing up. Do I need to still set a goal review session?
Okay. Love it. Have you ever set up a goal review session with me? So you're not really a good example here. That's okay. That's okay. First of all, when it comes to these goal review sessions, they are appropriate for basically anyone listening to this video. So if you're personal training on our hybrid membership, group class, Forever Fierce, if you are, a former member, if you are a prospect thinking about joining the gym, all of these are reasons you fit into the category of having a goal review session with me. First of all, I want to make sure everyone is invited, including if you are a coach at the gym. Great example. I just had a goal review session with Bruce earlier this week. He's a coach, but yet the goal review session was on his athletic performance and where that's ranking. So this is for everybody. This is for everybody. You did mention it is 15 minutes, and we do try to keep it basically, short and crisp and clear on what we're trying to accomplish. So yeah, these are 15-minute goal reviews done usually in my office. I have one scheduled for Thursday, I think, that's going to be done virtually. So we can do it online. That's perfectly fine. It can be a phone call. It can be FaceTime. Ideally, you'll have access to a computer so that I can show you. It's going to really surprise you, Clancy, so that I can show you a spreadsheet. So I have a spreadsheet. We have a program called our Blue Eagle Power Up. It works, like if you were in karate, you start out as a white belt, you do some things for a little bit, you earn your yellow belt, then you earn orange belt, maybe. You earn your way up, and then I think brown, red, and black. Maybe red, brown, and black. We follow that same type of template, or the same colors that match it's for the attendance ribbons. We follow that same color method that you would in the belts. We call it our power up. And really what we're going to do is figure out where you are in our power up program. You're going to have strengths. You're going to have weaknesses. You know what? You didn't know that I was going to do this. But we're sitting here talking about it, so we might as well. I'm going to pull up Clancy Harbors.
Wait.
Okay. It is based on, we have two methods. One is based on body weight, and one is based on absolute. I'm not going to require Clancy to tell everyone on here how much she weighs. I know how much you weigh because your in-body got printed out when I was in a session earlier today. Do you know how many classes you've attended?
No.
1,071.
That's a lot.
To be a black belt, for reference, to be a black, our highest level is 300. You have attended 1,071 classes. This is,
Oh,
by the way, so we start off with a great point here. What does it take to look and feel and perform as great as Clancy? Clancy's like, no. There are plenty of people who point at Clancy and say, I want to be like her. What do I need to do? Attend 1,071 classes will go a long way toward reaching your goals. I mean, that's just a fact. So I'm going to plug in your goals right here. Or I'm sorry, I'm going to plug. Come on, delete. There we go. So I'm going to plug in some of your numbers or your name, and it automatically populates with your numbers. And so we start with your attendance, but we also look at your strength. And Clancy, do you mind me talking about your results?
no, I don't mind.
Seeing as how we've not talked about them yet,
I
we're going
mean,
to talk about them now in front of an audience. Love it.
I,
Love it. So, Clancy, so we have yellow belt, orange belt, green, blue, purple, red, brown, and black. And Clancy, lower body, so back squat, front squat, deadlift, and overhead squat. You are a solid blue belt and close to being a purple belt. So if you added basically 5 pounds, wow, you're very consistent. If we added 5 pounds to your back squat, your front squat, and your deadlift and your overhead squat, you would be a purple belt. You'd be in our purple level. Upper body, you're better. You're ahead. You're actually on the red level. Shoulder press, push press, and the jerk. You're actually on the red, and you're actually close to brown. Wow, you've got some serious upper body strength.
I'm more comfortable with the upper body movement than the lower body. Just for some reason, I've always been more comfortable like adding weight to upper body movements.
Yep.
And just a little bit leery of going heavy on the legs.
Sure. And so, one of the things, it's a great point you mentioned about going heavy on the legs. I want you to, this ideally incentivizes you. Can we add 5 pounds? Right? Your back squat is already 155. So, an extra 5 pounds is what, 3%? So can we add 3%? That's the goal, right? In the next month, can you increase your back squat 3%? And how are you going to do that? It's by focusing, bracing, focusing on breathing, focusing on keeping your glutes involved. Like when we do those warm-ups, making sure your glutes are nice and warm and you're being intentional in the warm-up with warming up your body. And why? Because we would love for you to increase your squats by just 5 pounds. Why? So that you can go from our blue level to our purple level and you can see that difference. You can see the growth in your own progress. That's really what we're going for. And then the next is your explosive strength. So these are our Olympic lifts and the thruster. So the clean, the snatch, the clean and jerk, and the thruster. And you're at a red level. Wow, look at you. Almost brown. Jeez.
Huh.
I mean, I'm looking at these numbers. You were so super strong. Did you think you were strong?
I thought my upper body was strong. I do not feel strong in my lower body.
Okay, so this is why I have this, and this gives us an objective. Like, I don't need to say, oh, you're strong or you're not strong. You have good numbers, you have bad numbers. I'm going to show you where you exist. If we look at strength, your lower body strength, your upper body strength, and your explosive strength, where are you on the continuum, right? There's no good and bad. There's a continuum from very weak to very strong. Where are you on that continuum? And you're beyond halfway on everything, and I want to be able to show you and encourage you on that. Then if there's anyone like, well, I'm not there, I can guarantee you that when I show this data and I show it to you, you are going to be impressed with the progress you have made. That is the number one reason why I want someone who, well, I don't really have goals of getting stronger. Let me show you how much more you can do in life. I'm proving it to you. We are proving it to you. Your coaches are proving it to you every day. So let's talk about it. So that's really the topic I would have for you, as someone who doesn't have goals.
Yeah.
This gets further broken down. I will admit this is a work in progress. Okay. But it gets further broken down in the next section is row, run, and bike. So, and we look at the 400, like the short runs and the short bike. So think what you can do in less than 2 minutes. Then what can you do in less than 8 minutes? What can you do in less than 12 minutes? And then what can you do in 20 to 25 minutes? So we're gonna look at that. We call those the monostructural. So looking at your progress in the short, the medium, and the longer workouts in running, rowing, and biking.
Okay.
And let's see how you stack up. I don't have a lot of data here, which is, one of the things that we're going to be working on as coaches is making sure we give you an opportunity to get more data in, and we want to do a better job as coaches of getting that data into Wodify. But goodness gracious, woman, your mile time, your fastest mile time we have here is 9 minutes. Does that sound about right?
That sounds fast.
Okay, it might be fast. It might be fast. That might have been a time cap. Your 2K was definitely not a time cap, and that was 9 minutes and 50 seconds. That's pretty good. That's a purple level, almost red.
Is that 2K time for rowing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, 2K row time.
So like if you asked me, a couple years ago, I would have said that my only goals pertain to weight loss because everything in my life revolved around how much I weighed.
Yeah.
And now I'm not looking at that, or I guess not as much looking at how much I weigh, but how do I feel and how do I feel in my clothes? And trying to let go. And that's been extremely difficult to do, to let go of the scale, the number says.
This is your scale at home?
I don't have a scale at home.
Excellent. Love it. Because I was going to tell you to throw it away.
Yeah, I don't have a scale. I'd strictly go off how I feel. But the only goals that I've ever really had with pertaining to health has been weight.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't want to have to worry about how much I weigh, and I don't want to count calories, and I'm not going to measure my food. I'm just not. Not ever happening. And I'm not giving up one happening.
Okay. So we have some constraints in Clancy's life. Okay. So part of the goal review session is we're either going to cover, or we can do a little bit of both, but cover like what you're doing in the gym, which is using our Power Up program to see how your progress in the gym. The other conversation I usually end up having is about, getting back on the in body. Is the body fat still coming off, or is the muscle still going up? Anyone who's ever talked to me knows that I don't care what you weigh. I don't care. I want to make you into the best, most wonderful, healthiest, longest lasting version of you that I can help you be. And
so in having low body fat, is that what you're looking at on the in-body?
We want the muscle to go up, which on almost everyone it does. And we want the body fat to go down for most people.
Okay.
Yeah. And what your weight is what your weight is, right? I mean, if you come in weighing 175 pounds and you lose 10 pounds of fat, gain 10 pounds of muscle, you still weigh 175, but your body composition has changed and you look better, you look better, you feel better, you can do more in the gym. Um, you know, that is much more important to me than you hitting what is a random number on a scale.
Okay.
Right? Because I'm going to ask you, okay, well, I want to weigh 165. Okay, why 165? Oh, well, that's what I weighed when I was 19. Well, you know what? Our bodies were different when we were 19. We're not 19 anymore. Your body, you are now a full-grown adult, and you weren't when you when you were 19.
Yeah.
And so that's why I don't worry about some number. Now, sometimes that number becomes more important when the number, why do you want to weigh 165? Well, 5 years ago, let's say I'm talking to someone who's 45. 5 years ago, felt like I was in the best shape of my life. I was sleeping great. I had a little stress. I felt great. My relationships were great. And I weighed 165. Okay. That now becomes a very realistic number. Let's talk about getting back to that, especially if you felt good and you felt confident in yourself. And it was only 5 years ago, when you were 40 instead of now you're 45. That's a different conversation than I want to get back to a weight that I was 26 years ago before I had fully, developed into an adult.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any other questions?
That clears it up. I do wonder about the people that don't have weightlifting goals. I mean, what if they don't necessarily want to, or maybe they're afraid. Let's put it that way, because maybe they have a back problem, or
sure,
nerve or something where they have some back pain, and they're not really interested in adding weight every time and hitting a 5-pound PR every week. What person's goal review?
Yeah, that's a great question. And my response to that is you need to be stronger. That may not be your goal. Like you may not have a goal to be stronger. You may, being able to deadlift 200 pounds might not mean much to you, and that is fine. That is fine. Yeah. But your life, we think about living longer, but we also want to improve the quality of our lives. Okay. I want to be, I had a goal review session earlier this week with a gentleman. He's 85 years old. He's in our Forever Fierce class. And I guarantee you, when you meet him, you'll be like me and you'll think he's 70. He does, yeah, right? That's where we want to be. We want to be 75 years old, Harold. And we want to be, playing with a single digit handicap, playing golf every day, right? That's what we want. We don't just want to be sitting in front of a couch or on the couch watching Wheel of Fortune all day. That's not the life we want to live. So how do we get there? Well, there are two things that are going to keep you on the couch. Number one is osteoporosis. You are going to lose bone density as you get older. That is a fact. And so as your bones get more brittle, the less you can do, the more likely they are to break. Then they break, and now you have to recover, which, now we're out another 3 months, another 6 months. That's just more time that you don't get to enjoy life. You don't get to go out on those vacations and do the things that you want to do. The second is sarcopenia, and that is when you start losing muscle mass, right? When do you get put in a nursing home? You get put in a nursing home when you can no longer get off the toilet by yourself. That is when you go to a nursing home. And I've not met anyone who wants to go through that experience, right? We want to be independent for as long as possible. So how do those two things happen? Osteoporosis and sarcopenia, they happen, we lose bone density and we lose muscle mass, and they happen when we are not lifting heavy things. I put heavy things in air quotes. Heavy is going to be different for different people. But our objective is to push off the nursing home for as long as possible. That is what we're trying to do, okay? For most of us. For the people who don't want to lift heavy, don't have specific goals, That is what we're trying to do, is push off the nursing home as much as possible. Okay. And how do you do that? Well, you lift heavy, whatever heavy is to you, you do that now. And we try, that's why we care. I don't care about you setting a 20-pound PR. I care about you setting a 2.5-pound PR, a 5-pound PR. Take the win, enjoy it. And the next time it comes around, then let's see, can we do another 2.5-pound PR? Can we do another 5-pound PR? Because when we're doing that, we're proving to ourselves that we are getting stronger. And every PR we hit is another step further away that we get from the nursing home.
Oh, I like that. I like the
right. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. You and I are not going to the CrossFit Games. We're just not. Right. They're next week, and we're not going.
We're not.
So then, well, what's the point? Well, the point is, I like to play golf, and I'm going on a golf vacation in 2 months with my dad next month. Yeah, 2 months. 2 months with my dad. And you know what? 5 years from now, I'm not 5. 30 years from now, I want to be going on golf vacations with my daughters. But I'm not going to be able to do that if I don't keep up with my bone density, don't keep up with my muscle mass, and don't stay strong and healthy just for me to move, because I won't be able to walk to and from the golf cart. And we see it. We go on these golf trips. My dad and I go once a year. We go with other men and dads, and we've lost one dad already. He's passed away, and we have multiple dads now who are limited in how they can't play all the days because they don't have the strength, flexibility, and endurance to go all the days. I want to push that off as long as possible. That's why we do this.
I love it. It's good stuff.
That's a soapbox for me.
That's great. That was great. So whether you're 10 or 91, you should set a goal review session.
I think you have to bump that up to like 93 now, right?
Pretty soon, I'm going to have to bump that up. Yes.
Okay. I love it. Well, thank you, Clancy.
All right. Thanks, Bryan.
Have a great day.
All right. You too.
Bye.
Bye.
You can get every episode of Busy People Getting Fit wherever you listen to your podcast or on YouTube. You can also reach us at busypeoplegettingfit.com. Until next time, thank you for listening.